Hey everyone. I don't know how many will be watching. As of now, I have zero viewers. Let me go to my mobile and just confirm my live stream once and proceed with my vlog. Okay, and I had to go to my channel and see if my live video is popping up. Yeah, I am live. Cool. I'll put my mobile on airplane mode. Good. Okay, good. Hi everyone. Glad to see you again. So this is going to be the final episode of the coverage of live stream on Dutch Ultraskate 2025 event. Okay, so technically the event is done. Event has been over. Uh, it's been conducted successfully since yesterday morning 9 a.m. to today morning 9 a.m. in Spandam racetrack, Netherlands. Okay, kudos to the organizers who have successfully done this for the 10th time. Okay, so Dutch Ultraskate 2025 was the 10th edition and they have successfully done it. So this is a humongous responsibilities. You saw, like, you've been following me all the other 5 streams, and there were 86 participants, and you can imagine the support team that would have come along with 86 people plus the organizers and their support crew. So there will be more than 100 people present in the ground along with the team members, and per team they are allowing 4 people. So basically, like, 120 people are allowed, and plus the support team and crew. So imagine how many people would be there in the field, and how chaotic it'll be, putting up tents, people participating in the races, collecting electrolytes, food, water, going to the restrooms and everything. Like, for 24 hours that place would have been incredibly busy, and people have successfully brought everything together and organized everybody things together. They have been managing social media stuff together, and they have done it successfully. So kudos to the organizers of Dutch Ultraskate 2025 along with Skate IDSA. So you have done an incredible job promoting the long sport called long distance skating worldwide. Kudos. And I've been having wonderful experience following this for 24 hours. Yes, I slept very little, but I did follow up the entire event. Okay, so only bummer for me was, I was the most expected. Riders couldn't be able to do their best or give their best. It's only because of the heat. Okay, and I saw a few Instagram reels of participants, and one gentleman, Mr. Mark Gonsballer, spoke about the heat in the field or in the racetrack, and they were unbearable for them. Okay, so if I have to talk about heat in India, if I go and show you my workout, okay, this is my last workout from Friday morning 6 o'clock. Okay, so this workout happened day before yesterday, which is Friday morning, as I said. So if you go check my statistics or data of my workout on Friday morning, which I did for 29 minutes and 46 seconds, the 6 o'clock temperature in my place is 33 degrees Celsius, and it's not cold. Okay, it's a hot weather. Okay, I had a lot of headwinds that day, but still the 33 degrees Celsius in early morning, like as much as 6 o'clock, is pretty warm temperature. So I live in this kind of place, and my home right now, as I speak, my room is at 28 degrees Celsius, and in summer, the hottest day, it could go up to 31 degrees Celsius, just because my walls are not placed in a way that sunlight would hit my house's wall, apartment's wall. So hence it is 31 degrees. If for the houses which has a side of a wall near to the sunlight, that will be even more warmer. So I come from this place, and when I was doing La Tour de Longboat 2024 marathon, Uh, the morning temperature was 28 degrees, and it slowly went up to 38 degrees and 40 degrees. And 40 degrees is not actual 40 degrees, it will feel like 43 degrees. I had so much headwinds, as much like 24 kilometer per hour, so many flyovers in the distance, 10 to 12 flyovers, ups and downs, so much elevations I have to go through apart from facing the headwinds and all that. I finished that marathon distance in 9 hours and some few more minutes. But like the point is, heat is inevitable here, and this kind of heat is not the same heat that you will find in Europe. But still, people found it very difficult for managing 20 degrees and 30 degrees of heat during the daytime. And unfortunately, that was the reason why many of the best players dropped out of there. Right. So we're not seeing the results yet. We'll get to that tab. I want to give you some intro about the heat here. So heat could be really brutal. You really need to plan your nutrition if you're understanding that there is going to be heat. Only bicycle gels can make you sustain this heat. Okay, you need to consume it every half an hour. If your heat is high and if you're past the half time of the Ultraskate event, or even before that, you listen to your body. You have to consume gels every half an hour and food every half an hour or 45 minutes, and distribute it accordingly, and keep yourself hydrated, drinking good amount of water. Okay, otherwise you will experience some health issues after 24 hours. Okay, so this is very serious. This is not a joking thing like, oh boy, India is way too hot, we manage all these things, and people in Europe it couldn't able to handle 30 degrees. So it's not that. Heat is real serious issue, and it could affect your health. And I feel like a douchebag because like I sometimes message people. I actually texted Lena on WhatsApp asking like, what happened to you, how are you, your kilometers seems to be dropped, how, what are you doing, something like that. Or I don't know, I was asking about her, basically asking about her health. And she was obviously resting by that time. And if you had seen my one of my live streams, I was actually trying to comment for Leonard Van de Peppel's ad through raceresults.com, like, you're minutes lower for a world record pace, but you're fine for 300-mile pace. You know, you're doing fine for 300-mile club, and your pace is good for that. So these, I feel like a douchebag when I commented all those things, because like the heat was the actual reason for people slow down, because it was evident when I actually saw the stories of Mr. Mark Gonsballer in Instagram. I couldn't show you right now because like probably it was like recorded yesterday morning, and 24 hours have gone by, and the story disappeared from his Instagram account. Okay, forgive me that I couldn't give you that proof, but heat was the main reason for many players slow down and melt down. Okay, so that is that. Keeping all that lecture aside, okay, let's go check per category results over here. Okay, we have women. Viola Bonnet at the first place in Dutch Ultraskate 2025, completing 169.65 miles in 23 hours, 52 minutes, and 24 seconds. Congratulations, Viola Bonnet. And she is also the world record holder for completing marathon distance, which is 42.5 kilometers in 1 hour 48 minutes or few seconds in Misfits Marathon. So, in women's category, of course. Second comes Sophie Peters, completing 165.75 miles in 23 hours and 58 minutes and 43 seconds. And third comes Lena Merringdal, completing 140.4 miles in 23 hours, 58 minutes and 11 seconds. Actually, she went for one last lap. We saw something 136 miles, right? She went for one more lap before the closure of the race. Okay, so initially before Dutch Ultraskate, like 1 or 2 weeks before, when we spoke on Instagram, we were talking like what is the motto for Dutch Ultraskate. Many people were recommending her to do 300-mile club. I was like, top 3 would be fine, but I also told her like, if you I don't want to box your potential. If you're willing to do 300 miles, you have to decide it on the first lap. So this is the timing you need to be following. This is the timing you need to be following. I messaged her all that. So what you find here, I messaged her only for 300 miles and 250 miles. So yeah, but anyways, she made it to the top 3. That's amazing and incredible. Kudos to all the winners in women's category. And it doesn't mean like only winners need to have fun. Long distance skating is all about absolute fun. Anybody can have it from any age. Okay, so kudos to every other participant who participated in this and who made it to 200 mile club, 100 mile club, 150 mile club. Okay, so you guys are awesome. Rest of the people, for women participants, you guys are cool. Okay, you're setting an example. See, you have 9 women participants out of 86. We need more women, 50 to 50%, because this is world is usually male dominated. So we want more participants, 50 to 50, and then that will be a equal competition wherein like women competing with men. That will be amazing. Okay, so that ratio has to improve. That's my wish. Coming to the open and men category, okay, Paul McMahon made to the first place in the podium, completing 296.4 miles in 23 hours, 58 minutes and 35 seconds. And next comes Benjamin Chognet, doing 271.05 miles in 23 hours, 54 minutes and 11 seconds. P3 or the podium third position comes to Jacob Penning, completing 271.05 miles in 23 hours and 54 minutes and 18 seconds. Cool. So congratulations all the top 3 people, P1, P2 and P3 in the men category. You guys are awesome, because what this says is like, despite being a very hot climate or a hot weather yesterday, these people who came on the top, in the women or men, they were coming also from Europe, and they were also among these people, but they endured and withstood all the heat and continued to ride. Okay, so it says something. So that's inspiring, because like they were among everybody and they did not give up, and they continued and they achieved what they want. And so that's very, very inspiring. Paul McMahon, Benjamin Chogret, Jacob Penning, they all have won at Sophie Peters and Lena Meringdahl. You say something to the world by doing this. Okay, you guys are awesome. Okay, so next comes many people who have joined the 250 mile club, 200 mile club, and 150 mile club and 100 mile club. Okay, so the following names are part of that: Amila Perumbala, 250 mile club; Shumi Lu, 200 mile club; Adrian Ho, 200 mile club; Landy Cook, being masters. Oh yeah, I don't want to leave that. First, let's discuss that. Landy Cook came first in the masters category. I mean, like people who are of age 50 and plus. So he came first, completing 210.6 miles in 21 hours and 48 minutes and 49 seconds. Second came Olo Anders Bakken in masters category, completing 183.3 miles in 23 hours, 9 minutes and 24 seconds. Third came Keith Witten in masters category, completing 167.7 miles in 23 hours, 41 minutes and 54 seconds. Congratulations. You guys are really setting an example. Like life doesn't end when you turn 50. It could even start. You guys are giving a message to the world here. You guys have done incredible. Okay, so following are the names coming as part of mile clubs. Okay, so I would like to say Amila Perumbala. I'm going to read it again. Obviously P1, P2, P3 made it to the podium, so they won't be awarded with the mile club thing. So Amila Perumbala, 250 miler; Shumi Lu, 200 mile; Adrian Ho, 200 mile; Landy Cook, 200 mile; Timothy Dukes, 200 mile; Leonard Van der Peppel, 200 miles; Stefan Granzo, 200 mile; Stan Baker, 200 mile; Tom Parker, 200 mile; Fagan Glade, 200 mile; Lars Huskens, 200 mile. Congratulations to all the people who have done 200 miles and won the 200 mile club trophies. Okay, Hackenhoff Dave, somebody have told him that if he can do one more lap, just one, 23 hours and 54 minutes and 32 seconds is pretty tight. I don't remember like if he was pretty close or pretty far in completing that distance, but if somebody had told him that if he had done one more lap, he would have been part of 200 mile club. Imagine doing again all 320 kilometers in one more ultra skate to achieve 200 mile is very difficult. This is just 1.1 kilometer. He missed the 200 mile badge, but anyways, he gets a 150 mile club badge. I mean trophy. Ola Anders Bacon. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if there is a 150 mile award or trophy, but yeah, if there is so, he has won it. Mark Gansballer 150 mile, Andy Tate 150 mile, Moritz Langen 150 mile, Keith Witten he's making to the podium. So, Adrian Post 150 mile, Julian Anse 150 mile, Michael Prady 150 mile, Kamil Vasilevsky 150 mile, Alexander Bagnoy in the Masters category, but still getting a 150 mile trophy. Mick Prince 150 mile trophy, Sacha Lejas 150 mile trophy, Arden Vanderbilt 150 mile trophy, Gustas Arasunas 150 mile trophy, Yannick Frundel 150 mile trophy, Felix Van Goens 150 mile trophy. Congratulations to all the people who have achieved 150 mile trophies here. And then we have Nathan Lange getting a 100 mile trophy, Mark Robin Mayer 100 mile trophy, Eric Packett 100 mile trophy, Tane Blom, Don Zorgman, Ralph Mers, Robin Lange, Jesse Barkusen, David Trozen Pabian, Tom Drake Donks, Timo Zober, Joshua Poletsky, Marcus Deason, Philip Pollock, Edwin Kruzwick, Robin Gross, Sandro D'Angelo, and Alex Zuffer, Sam Lewis, Mike Ailes, Matthias Van Vick, Jonathan Koning, Andrzej Sip, Andrei Galinkowski, Matthias Polsfub, Dimo Levin, Sebastian Splenger, Torsten Schiel, Franz Joseph Schumacher, Michael Kiel. Congratulations, all these people have won 100 mile club trophies. Okay, this is a memorable event for them. For others who couldn't make it to 100 mile trophies, it's all right. Keep trying. Life doesn't end here. You have participated in the Ultraskate and showed your presence and did a wonderful amount of miles. That itself makes a statement here. Okay, many of us couldn't participate, and many of us have registered and couldn't come to and make it to the event. So, you guys are still awesome. I absolutely adore you because like you guys are doing incredible. You have done incredible. Okay, so at the moment I would like to congratulate all the participants and the winners. Okay, so now if I can go and possibly get to the teams, Masters top 5. Yeah, Masters we discussed there. Landy Cook, Ola Anders Bacon, Keith Witten, P1, P2, P3. Amazing. And in the top 5, we have Alexander Bagnoy and Dan Zogman. That's amazing. Kudos and congratulations. You guys are setting an example here. Okay, so then meeting team won the first place doing 237.9 miles in 23 hours, 57 minutes and 21 seconds. Second comes Old School 97 Land Paddlers, completing 157.95 miles in 23 hours and 38 minutes and 29 seconds, slower than Snails, completing 130.65 miles in 23 hours and 42 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay, so that's that. Okay, congratulations to all the team members who have participated in all these things and made a wonderful mark in Dutch Ultraskate 2025. Okay, I'm looking for one name. Yeah, if I had forgotten to read this name, Monique Moyes Kruzbeck, she also has made it to 100 mile club. Okay, so that's that. So congratulations to all the people who have done 100 miles, 150 miles, 200 miles, 250 miles. Okay, and to all the podium winners and to the organizers for making this event possible and spreading the sport all over to the Europe, reminding them that it's possible for any human to break beyond their natural ability to like he needs 8 hours of rest every single day. but you're breaking that and you're saying that it can possibly be done. You can ride a skateboard, be on the wheels for 24 hours and cover a lot of ground. You're giving a statement here. So this is amazing. So Dutch Ultraskate and many Ultraskates that's to come in the season, people who are participating in this, you guys are awesome. Okay, so congratulations to organizers once again for successfully completing this Dutch Ultraskate 2025, and congratulations to Skate IDSA. Okay, that's that. And very, very unfortunate that I don't have any details about the podium winners photographs. Okay, there are no information for me at the moment, even in the stories of Dutch Ultraskate on Instagram page, or even with the individual riders who won the podiums, P1, P2, P3 in all the category, women, men, or open, masters, team. I checked most of the names. I couldn't find any of those trophy photographs. If I happen to find, and if the content is worthy enough, I'll probably take a screenshot or record that Instagram story. Unlike I missed the Mark Vanspaller story about the heat in the track riding through morning and the late afternoon. Unlike I missed that. But unlike that, I will collect them and present it to you as another live stream in the following week. Okay, until then, probably this will be the closure, since I don't have any material. Okay, to complete this, probably I can show you one video coming from Dutch Ultraskate post. Okay, this involves all the riders going. For the copyrights of the music, I'm not giving you that. 1 second will not violate copyright. So it's all the riders who have done this ride. That's Mr. Stefan Granzo. I'll recognize the people. That's Alexander Bagnoy. I couldn't recognize him. So most of the people who participated in this race. Okay, so yeah, Paul McMahon, Eric, I believe. I couldn't recognize him. I'm very sorry. So many people who have participated here are being shown in this video. It's a pretty long video. I'll stay with you. Please do watch. Okay, I think it's all in the fair use policy that I can show you guys today. If not, you can go to Dutch Ultraskate Instagram page and always take a look at that. I have given you the QR code for all these links in my previous live stream videos on Dutch Ultraskate 2025. You can see all the camping area and sites on there. So the video is repeating itself. Okay, that's that. So it's amazing. Good to see all these people over here. Okay, that's the end of my live stream and coverage for Dutch Ultraskate 2025. The statistics is always being here. You can go and check if you want to analyze all the lap times and everything. Okay, you can learn from it. If you're going to buy a watch, a detailed, very good GPS watch, a watch that you can track your activity with and which you can record in Strava, like this, like other players who have participated in Dutch Ultraskate 2025, they have logged all their data of how much kilometer they rode on that Dutch Ultraskate here. Even in Strava, they did not share much of the podium pictures of P1, P2, P3 today. So I unfortunately I couldn't show you here. So we have data of Viola Bonnet. So if you are using a free account, jump in right now to Strava to check all those datas, because if it appears in your Strava feed only, then you can check. If you go after 1 or 2 weeks to check on their right data, you may not find Dutch Ultraskate data, but only their recent activity. Okay, so yeah, we have David Trozen's Pavian's ride here, 201.78 kilometer. I have told this before in many Ultraskate races or live streams here. So whatever GPS data that you have or device that you have on you showing some distance that you have done it on Dutch Ultraskate 2025 is not the actual distance. Okay, whatever your lap timer or lap counter says, and whatever the organizers of Dutch Ultraskate team decides, that is what is your distance. So whatever distance that you see here as miles and kilometers of winners of 100-mile club, 200-mile club, 250-mile club, 300-mile club, whatever it might be, all winners of podiums P1, P2, P3, and the others who have which is showing the distance in kilometers and miles. This is all the lap timer chip's distance. It's not your GPS, and it may not tally with your GPS. Understand? Your GPS might show more distance and your lap timer might show less distance. You cannot go and argue that with organizers. It's their final decision. So this is just for you to journal your ride, that you have done this much of distance in 24 hours for Dutch Ultraskate event, and you're journaling it in Strava. That's that. Okay, your GPS data is very independent from what your lap timer chip is given to you in Dutch Ultraskate 2025. You need to remember that. Okay, and we have data of many participants over here: Edwin Kruisbeek, Moniz Moyen Kruisbeek, and Paul McMahon. See, he has done this much kilometer, 477.18 kilometers. Okay, average pace is 20 kilometers per hour, 23 hours and 53 minutes. But if you go and check Paul McMahon's distance, 476.976. Okay, so there will be difference. So 1 kilometer difference is there. So there is going to be difference between your GPS data and your app chip data. Okay, that's going to be there. Be prepared for this. And this is independent and that is independent. This is only for journaling your ride. Okay, so we have many riders who have done their long distance skating or walking or workouts there, and these are the people I follow on Strava regularly. I appreciate their work depending upon my memory. I'm not using Strava as social media more frequently, so I do miss many days of appreciating what people have done with their workouts and how long they have done in all these races, virtual races to many skate IDC sanctioned races. Okay, so unfortunately I couldn't able to pull any of the P1, P2, P3 photographs even from Strava. That's all I wanted to mention here, and also I want to talk about the GPS distance differences. Okay, so even for Velovon at 263.47 kilometers, right? So if you go and look at Velovon, its distance 273.06, so there is going to be a discrepancy. Okay, this is more. Okay, so more or less, what is that? 273 here, 263 here. So 10 kilometers difference with GPS. So there is discrepancies, as you can see. If I zoom in for that, I don't know if I can zoom in and if it can reflect in my live stream, but yeah, there is some discrepancies over there in the GPS data. You can see like it has went away from racetrack. So yeah, anyways, that's that. You guys have been a wonderful audience, sharing whatever I'm trying to do with little effort but very old gears that I have. And thanks for supporting me. Thanks for supporting my channel. Please do continue to do that and make my monetization appear, so that I can continue to make these videos in a better way, in a better quality. So you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you so much. This is a closure video of Dutch Ultraskate 2025. This is Alien Kitcha or Krishna Srinivasan signing off. Bye. I always wait for a couple of minutes after giving the closure, only because like I just want to know if the buffered part of my live stream has ended. Okay, most of the time when I end my stream here on my computer, it actually cuts my stream on the desktop or the live feed. So I wait for a couple of minutes before I end my stream these days. After giving the closure, only because like I just want to know if the buffered part of